Hi everyone, I'm Jenna, and today I'm going to be reviewing Cinder by Marissa Meyer. And this book is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles series. Now, if you haven't already guessed, this is a fairy tale retelling of Cinderella, where Cinder is a cyborg. Now, does that not sound totally awesome and freaking cool? I mean, that's one of the reasons that got me into this book. Now, if you don't know, this means that Cinder has some mechanical parts, such as a hand and a foot. And this she got due to an accident when she was younger, and she only needed these in order to live. But the downside for her is that she can't remember anything before the accident. Now Cinder lives in New Beijing because the other one got destroyed in the Fourth World War. So it is set far, far, far into the future. And when the story takes place, we find out that there's a deadly plague that is slowly sweeping the population, and there really isn't any cure. Also, there is another civilization of people called Lunars, which reside on the moon. They have powers wherein they can control people's minds. However, this is not done in a magical sense, but rather it's based off of science, which I thought was interesting and very well done. People said Lunars could alter a person's brain, make you see things you shouldn't see, feel things you shouldn't feel, do things you didn't want to do. So as you can see, Cinder is just loosely based off of Cinderella. If the story that Marissa Meyer told was more closely based off of the original fairy tale, then I think this story would have been more predictable and less of an enjoyable read, which this story is anything but. Speaking of enjoyable, I really liked almost all the characters that we were introduced to in the story. I love the fact that Marissa Meyer made one of the stepsisters nice, which is very different from the original story Cinderella, where both of the stepsisters are mean. And I think my favorite character was Cinder's android Aiko. She was just a fun and funny character throughout the story, and I like that she was always putting a smile on Cinder's face, even if she wasn't trying to. But closer to the end, something happens to Aiko, and let me just tell you, it gave me all the feels. I think my heart is still lying on the floor after Marissa Meyer ripped it out of my chest. And that's not all. There are several other points you cannot help but feel for the characters. Like I said before, there are characters I didn't particularly like, and the ones that I hated the most was Queen Lavanna. I don't think I've hated a character from a book as much as I do her. She's just straight up terrifying and manipulative. Early on we find out all the horrible things she's done, and I think that is just the tip of the iceberg. It is said she has murdered her older sister, killed her husband, and had her stepdaughter mutilate her own face because she did not want her to be prettier than her. And that's not all. But you'll have to read Cinder to find out the rest. So in conclusion, I will give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. It was great and really sucked me in from page 1. However, the reason I marked it down a star is that after chapter 1, at least for me, the story went downhill and was slightly less interesting. But after about the next 2 chapters, it picked up and wouldn't let go until I closed the book. So if you haven't picked this book up already, I would highly encourage you to do so because it is an exciting and enjoyable read, and you will not be disappointed. So that one's our video for today. Hope you liked it, and I will see you soon for a new video. Bye!